welcome to Sports in 60 Minutes. Happy New Year if you're joining us in the year 2025. We had a great time in 2024. We hope to serve you all the biggest stories, review thoughts, and obviously every now and then we just get on each other's back and try to frustrate one another. But it's good to know you can join us. I'm Femi Farawe. I've got the cast right here. Princewill Oviesan returns in 2025 with us. He's got his smile, loads of optimism this year promised us as well, and good vibes.
Good vibes. Nice to be here once again.
I hope you've left off everything you did last year.
Almost everything I did last year were positive. 100% positive.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Olamide Onwuka is also right here as well with us in the building. Olamide, how are you doing today?
I'm all right. It's a beautiful pleasure to be here today and to talk sports with the likes of Princewill and Opeyemi. Guys, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
You need the best.
It's a pleasure.
You need the best in the
Femi. I'm Femi too.
Exactly. Yeah. It's early. It's so early. Yeah. And then we save the best for last. We've got Opeyemi imoru right here as well with us. Opeyemi, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. I'm doing good. Having you guys around.
Did you dirty your December, by the way, if I may ask?
I did not dirty any December. My December was clean.
It was holy.
No. What does dirty December got to do with what we're discussing?
I'm just asking, we're in January, and I'm assuming that we're all reviewing our year 2024 and December. I didn't have enough money. I didn't have enough money.
So what happened?
So I couldn't really have a good time.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have money.
Were you alive?
Money.
Where there's light, there's hope. So I'm hoping that 2025 December I'll get it. I'm going to start starting in January.
We are going to Morocco.
For
the Chan, right?
No.
For Nations Cup.
AFCON.
I'm not sure yet. Because IJGBs are all returning in December. I can't. All right, so we've got all the special stories coming through, including transfer stories. But first, let's go for a break. When we come back, we'll start off from the major stories from last year. All right, so let's start off with the stories coming in this year. Now, it's been a bit surprising because last year, Princewill, Olamide, and Opeyemi, we spoke extensively about the Olympic Games. And, we're saying, Nigeria did not win medals. But Princewill, all of a sudden, I'm excited we didn't win any medals because the fact that athletes are returning their medals because it is scratching, it's peeling. It just says it wasn't original gold, silver, bronze.
Obviously, it wasn't original.
What's the story?
So the thing is, after, the funniest part is, it didn't take long for the athletes to start seeing the rust on the medals that they were given at the Olympic. Both gold.
Over 100 athletes.
Yeah, over 100 athletes returning their medals. Look at the condition the medals are in. It's really terrible. And that goes to say that the organizers didn't really get the actual gold itself. So that means it's painted gold or refined gold. That's not the actual gold. Because if you look at medals from Sydney, gold medals they were actually still given
from Atlanta
96, Sydney. You have Athens,
even Barcelona 92.
Yeah, they're still in the good state, the original state of the medals. But just Paris 2024, and it's already rusting, and athletes are returning. It's really terrible.
Do you feel that because it was in Paris, and there was all the story around taking part of the metals from the Eiffel Tower to create this, you feel that because it's a European country, one of the powerhouses, that this story has sort of gone underground? Because if it was, say, an African country or a South American country, the response would have been a bit different.
Yeah, maybe the response would have been a lot different, but the story hasn't really gone under carpet like that because the athletes are making a lot of noise. You have more. As of today, I still did my findings. I think the number has increased. It's gone up to 120 athletes now.
Wow.
So if you have 120 athletes returning their medals, it shows that there's some real big problems.
Yeah.
And that means even the IOC now, they've said that they're going to look into it and try to compensate these athletes either by giving them money or maybe giving them another medals.
Do you guys also agree?
Totally.
Okay, let me help.
Yeah, it is because just 2024 here is not quite long, and we are seeing the medals being rusty. I think it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot for Paris. They need to do something about it. I think the IOC need to come in, maybe get a new medal for the athletes. Because I can't carry rusty.
What's even the assurance that the ones whose medal has not rusted won't go bad?
That is how it's going to be.
return now.
That is how they will
I'm going to return my own.
they have to return it.
You guys have been mad. This is an international fraud.
It's a fraud.
It's an international fraud.
It's a big
You're talking
crime.
about the biggest event after
the
the
world.
World Cup.
No, it's bigger than the World Cup.
It's the biggest
because the
event.
Olympics is the biggest
It's the
event.
biggest
sporting
event. And now you have medals awarded to athletes who gave in their very best. Less than 6 months, they've been roasted. And the funny part of it all is this. Like rightly said, if it was Africa, or let me bring it down to my own country, they feel Nigerians. We have to
resume more. We're still in January.
It doesn't matter. If it was a Nigerian thing, CNN and every other big network will blow it up. Now, because it is in France, I follow a news station in France. It's called RT. This news is not on that particular station, but every breaking news in Africa, you see it on that RT. Yeah. It's fraudulent. It's a shame.
All right, let's leave it at that. Let's go over to something you're very excited about. It's a sport you do so well. You follow so well, boxing. Tyson Fury announces retirement. I've even lost count of which number this is because I know he's done his
second time.
Is it the second?
Yes,
it's officially the second time. It's about the third or fourth unofficial time he's announced his retirement from international boxing. And this follows his defeat to Alexander Usyk. What's your take on the story?
I think the Gypsy Man is a businessman.
Oh goodness!
Boxing is all about big money. The first time he did it, everybody felt, okay, you had enough. He came back and said he wants to fight. I don't really think Tyson Fury is going anywhere. He's going to come back.
You think another return?
Yes, this is just like a stunt. That's what I think. It's like a stunt because he still has Anthony Joshua to fight. That fight is still on the package.
Pending fight for him.
It's still on the package. He's going to come back. But what I just think the Gypsy Man should do is take a look at himself. He had gotten everything he wanted. If he wants to quit boxing for real, let him make it for real. But I feel he's still going to come back.
You will. It's a very funny story because I thought that after the Klitschko period, we spoke about the 90s, right? And once we got into the 2000s, boxing sort of took a dip. The Klitschkos never fought each other because their mother said brothers shouldn't fight. That's Vladimir and Vitaly. The glamour boxing used to have in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s was not there until Fury returned. Right?
Until Fury and Joshua actually.
Fury more. Because Fury was the first boxer to beat the Klitschko.
Yeah,
right. And then they had the Batman and the Joker situation where he comes in as the Batman. He was up against Joker and then had all those things. And the glamour, the glitz he brought to boxing, his antics, and even the fact that he was very open about his struggles. Struggles with mental health, struggles with usage of substance, struggle with masturbation and all the whatnot. He was very open about those things. He sort of endeared himself to us, and he was the first person who beat Deontay Wilder as well. But losing to Usyk, maybe it's time for him to call it quits because he's already in his late 30s. He's gone through everything. He has more money than 3 generations can finish. Yeah, he does. Right? He has a large family, and also why not just accept this may be the end? Because there's no benefit fighting Joshua.
Is money ever enough?
There is.
That's the question. Is money
both of them are defeated.
The claim to number one. The claim to British number one. Yeah. It's a title he wants to keep in his account.
Currently, Dubois holds it because Dubois is the mandatory challenger.
When you talk about the British title, who is the best boxer in Britain?
I think
Gypsy Man wants it.
I think Tyson Fury.
Yes, but he wants to.
I think that Usyk has created a new avenue, right? Created a new class for himself. But if I was going to rate boxers, Fury for me, number one behind Usyk, then the rest are behind Fury.
He still wants that Joshua fight.
I think the Joshua fight will happen. It has to happen. I mean, look at the promoters, Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn. They've said this fight definitely has to happen. It's a fight that will get a lot of investments. Don't forget Saudi already invested in boxing, in sports. And they really got the confirmation. They'll be hosting the World Cup. So all their investments boils down to boxing, all of this.
But they're doing almost everything. Yeah, they're boxing, horse racing.
Don't be surprised if
Formula 1,
WWE.
Yes.
Don't be surprised if they get the rights to host the Olympic one day.
Oh, that could be possible.
So I think all of these things is building up. Yeah, they do. So if that fight doesn't happen, Joshua and Tyson Fury, the fans will not be happy. And I also feel like Joshua and Deontay Wilder, It's another fight the fans want to
see. That's secondary. It is this Gypsy Man fight versus AJ that the British want to see.
A Joshua Wilder fight?
No, I don't.
Not anymore.
No, I don't.
Not anymore.
The fight I want to see is the Gypsy Man taking on Anthony Joshua.
All right.
I feel it will happen. Yeah.
All right, we'll wait to see what happens. Fingers crossed, this could just be another antic for him to return to boxing. But let's talk over now to something very, very exciting. I use the word exciting because the MPFL is great, right? It has everything you want a series to have. Thriller, antics, violence, action, great goals, great transfer stories, and some of the weirdest or most ridiculous things to happen.
Please add drama.
Well, that's where we're getting into this drama. Okay. You follow the MPFL a lot and you've seen all the stories coming out. Now, this week, the biggest story coming through was the situation around Nasarawa United and Rivers United. Let's talk about that situation from start to finish, including the ban on a good journalist,
Yeah. I think the MPFL, I think they need to carry on with all these punishment, because if they don't, it keeps happening. The game between Nasarawa United and Rivers United, there was a whole lot of news coming out. The people from Rivers United said they were attacked. Nasarawa United said nothing like that happened. There was a whole lot of press release, but the league body have come to say that, okay, see, Nasarawa United, people came to your home ground. You have to secure them well. The beating of referees needs to stop. And I think that is where Nasarawa is getting their 3 points deducted and a fine of 3 million to be paid. And for the journalist, Sammy Wejinya, is the essay to the
was it there? What was it covering the game as? What capacity as a journalist?
That's my own problem. Like, okay, now you went as the essay to the commissioner,
Chris Green,
and you are in a place. I think when you are in an away ground, you need to respect yourself. Yes, fans will poke you, opposition will poke you, but you just need to. There are some things you don't need to do.
What do you mean?
What I mean is when you are in an away ground,
yes,
especially when it's not central, not
the use of the word there, poke.
Yeah, according to him, he was poked that they were chanting about.
Okay, it's a chant. You could have used another word because guys using the word poke. And I'm wondering.
Femi, allow me to explain myself.
Because I saw videos as well of Sammy in the hospital receiving medical attention. That was what the report says. We've not seen anything like that. But the IMC were blaming him for the report he put forward. Said he brought misinformation.
Yeah.
And bringing the game to
disrupt you.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think, see, if you are following the
league,
if you are what is it called, assistant essay to the commissioner, you should be in your place. You should not be putting mouth in what is going on around the league. It's away from you, and I think the right thing is being done. If you ask me,
you know what I think.
You should sit down at home and watch the league.
As an ardent follower of the league, when you mention the MPFL, my hand rolling pops up because this is one product I try to protect. This is one league I have. If people talk about the EPL, it is because of the glamour. When can we take our league to that particular level is a different ball game. But I think what the MPFL is doing to sanitize some of the abnormalities we're seeing is quite commendable. But at the same time, we should begin to ask certain questions. I've been opportuned to take up responsibilities as match commissioner 1 or 2 times, some few years back. Some of the match commissioners you have in those venues, are they well detailed? Are they well briefed? Because
at any point in time, were you ever compromised?
Never.
In your job as match? Were you approached?
Yes, I was.
You were approached with promise of getting financial reward?
With the other body. But you know the good thing? They come in subtle form. They come in subtle form.
People like to speak English on this show. You know there's some of us do not go to school.
They come in a very funny form that you begin to ask yourself.
They come in a gentle form.
Gentle form.
They come in a gentle.
Okay, the subtle is confusing, right? Now let me give you a scenario in 30 seconds. You can imagine you arriving at your hotel. There were things that you were not supposed to see in your hotel room.
And they packed it
for you. And you ask questions, they're like...
So were they comfortable?
Yes, they were. But the truth remains that you just have to be professional in such scenarios.
Yeah.
And I trust him.
Were you
He's actually
professional
quite
because you were
professional.
not interested? Or were you
I was professional because I am
because
an ardent apostle of why the league should
you had to use a
be.
biblical term.
No, Femi. Let's be serious here. You see,
Oh,
some of the problem we have is that we have people who know the right thing, but they don't want to do the right
But
thing.
what you're trying to tell us in a nutshell is that they offered you financial
I no take.
reward, you not take.
I no take.
They dropped something inside your room.
I no take.
That's why I'm proud of him.
I no take.
I'm proud of him.
Even if I had my life endangered, this was still, that's why when Lekwa mentioned the central part of the north. When you go to that area, they are extremely, extremely volatile.
And it's not even far away because the way the stadium was built, the VIP, the section they were seated was not far from the fan. So Sammy Wejian should know better. He has been a media officer before.
They'll say rude things to you. They'll say rude things to you.
He should know when not to talk.
I think let's
and now he was putting out so many.
I think because there's an appeal. So I would say let's leave that part because he's put out the video, put out doctor's reports. Right, so I'll wait for his response and then we'll talk about it when that comes right here. But currently he's got a ban until the end of the season.
Yeah.
There's 3 million fine for Nasarawa United, 3 points deducted for their performance. I want to talk about something very exciting this year because look, I've heard people say we have arguably the best Super Eagles B team we've ever assembled. Now, whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. I thought the Salisu Yusuf team was the best I've seen. But we know that Chan has been cancelled. Okay, let's start your thoughts with this
postponed.
one. Sorry, postponed, I beg your pardon, until August.
Yeah.
Chan has been postponed until August. Daniel Ogumo, the Fidelis Ilechuku have assembled a power squad. And we've also seen the groupings. So let's start with the groupings first. Talk about the postponement and what you think Nigeria's chances will be.
So for me, I think the postponement is foreseen. Like I saw it coming because the countries hosting the Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, they are the three countries to host the CHAN, and they are not prepared enough. Kenya, their stadiums are not ready. The only stadium that we can talk about is Uganda. Uganda, the Kampala Stadium. That's the only stadium that seems to be well ready, and it have to be postponed till August. For Nigeria, the groupings for them, it's in five in a group.
No, it's four. It's
5 in a group, but
Nigeria has four
group, and we have 2 wild cards. So the wild cards, it could be any country coming to join them as the wild card. And the group Nigeria look a bit tough, but they can still qualify.
Senegal, defending champions.
We have Senegal,
Sudan with a great league.
We have Congo.
And then, like you mentioned, that wild card is where the cloud comes in. We've seen FIFA do things like for the FIFA Club World Cup where they just gave an invitation to Inter Miami, right? Already Algeria and Egypt have once again indicated interest in returning to CHAN because the prize money has been increased. I think about 3.5 million.
They initially withdrew.
Yes, they initially withdrew. But now there's some form of interest.
Even Tunisia too.
There's some form of interest now from the North Africans because there's more money on the table and they feel, you know what, we can come in and do stuff. So I do think that we have to wait until June
to know the wild cards.
To know the wild cards.
Why some of them were withdrawing is because of the league. They were like
there was no incentive. The money still wasn't good. Once you add money,
as at August, all league will have ended and there will be more, time for them. But will Nigeria still have this set crop of players well fit for the tournament? That's the problem.
If my own problem is very different.
Some of them did not even travel safe.
What's your own problem?
My own problem is this. You have a technical committee that did assess the host, right? They did it to us in Nigeria 99. We had the miracle. Now, the physiological state of these players that Opa has just mentioned, the fitness and the emotional input of these players will be dampened by August. Now, you've postponed this championship. Were you not in the know of the infrastructures not ready as at the time you designated for it? Because right now, you're saying the postponement of this championship was hinged on the infrastructures not being available. Come off it, calf.
We also want you to stay as well as we head for a break right now on Sporting 60 Minutes. We return. The big question everyone was asking is, will Eric Chelle, the new Super Eagles coach, deliver the World Cup ticket in 2026? Our thoughts right here when we return. Stay with us. All right, welcome back to part 2 of the show right here. The guys are still here. There's Princewill, there's Olamide, there is Opeyemi, and myself. Let's turn over now to the Super Eagles. We've got a new coach, and that's not the story. He's been unveiled by the Nigerian Football Federation. He's got 2-year contracts. He's also got his assistants to come in. The major task given to Eric Chelle is that he's got to deliver the 2026 World Cup tickets. Do you guys believe he can do it?
I'll let Princewill go first.
Wow, Princewill, out of respect for you, based on your level of exposure and knowledge,
I'll let him go first.
and sometimes your foresight into the future.
This man is a prophet.
Let the red carpet roll for you.
I'll be honest with you, it's a Herculean task. It's a Herculean task. I have taken time to do a research into Eric's profile. Let's keep aside whatever pedestal he has gotten into by getting to the Nations Cup quarterfinal with Mali. He's in Egypt.
Here it comes.
I think he's somebody who is taking a very fine challenge into the future, but it's a tough one. When you look at the position,
So are you for or against the appointment first?
even if I'm for or against, I can't change anything.
I just want to know if you've changed in 2025.
I'm still the same person, Princewill.
So that means you don't agree with him.
No. Agreeing with him is just a personal opinion.
Do you agree with? I want to hear your personal opinion. Do you agree with it?
Do you want to share your personal opinion?
No, you mean the appointment of Eric as the Super Eagles coach?
Yes. What is your?
It's babash.
Finally, here's the real person I know.
It's complete rubbish because first and foremost, the due process was not followed. 2, it was a hidden agenda. 3, NFF just felt like they can just throw anything at the Nigerian populace. It's history, no big deal. But I think he has taken a challenge. He needs all the support we can give to him, but it's going to be a tough one. I don't see us going to the World Cup. I'll say it anywhere.
Does anybody else have share any optimism or pessimism? Is what we have.
I took a look at the table and I think it's actually quite difficult because you still have the same set of players, but the manager is different. We've had other managers fail before with the same set of players. What will Eric Chelle do differently from what other managers have done in the past? I'm looking forward to see what he will do differently. I don't see Nigeria qualifying for the World Cup again. I'll be honest.
Okay, I'm down to you. And look, you have to back me up here.
Back you up out.
Same Super Eagles, minor differences. The only difference is the Eric Chelle.
I give up on all 3 of you.
And I don't see.
I give up on all 3 of you.
NFF were very, very smart with giving him the contract. They gave him 2 years. They are just looking at it. The qualification will finish maybe by October.
Yeah,
so
November.
Before the Nations Cup.
Before the Nations Cup.
So till about to qualify.
Wait, so you guys think that if he doesn't qualify for the World Cup, we should sack him before the Nations Cup?
They will sack him.
No, I don't think so.
They will.
No, I don't think so.
That's the deal.
No,
they will.
Okay, that'd be wicked. That'd be wicked.
Should we bet?
No, him to go
They
first.
will.
No, we don't need to. We don't need to
They
bet.
will.
But professionally,
They
right?
will. Have you guys think through why they gave him 2 years?
Yes, I'm coming. You see,
They will.
you're giving a man a job, a half-baked job. You're asking him to qualify us for the World Cup, knowing fully well that your qualification hinges on the other 3 teams falling behind. Now, let's put some permutation, which we're very good at. Nigerians are very good at palming. We have 3 away games and 3 home games. And 2 of those away games are critical, especially in the South African region. Politics will come to play, and I've said this several times. Now, for me, I don't think because we didn't qualify, Eric should be sacked. No. We have the AFCON. It is when you get to the AFCON and we don't do well, and we won't do well, then they can be sacked.
This is what I
am not joking. Femi, you're looking at me. Let me tell you why I won't do well. Okwe said something which is very fundamental.
It's too early in the year.
No, it's not too early. Now, let's face the fact now.
December, already preaching doom. I don't want him to talk.
No.
Because he's preaching doom in December.
He is not preaching doom.
How? December that we had dirty December to come again. You're already preaching doom for Super Eagles.
Femi, let me tell you one thing. We have the crop of players. But are they motivated?
Yes, they are.
What's the pattern of play? We've not defined our pattern of play in the Super Eagles.
They have superstars.
Superstars don't play games.
You can't motivate superstars.
No.
Some of them, they are playing in some of the biggest clubs in Europe.
But they have not won anything for their national team.
How do you get them to win those things?
With their
not
club.
their national teams.
What do you want to motivate them with?
That's the question.
Let me ask a question.
Can I say something?
Let me ask a question. Lionel Messi's won everything you can win at the outside, right? But at some point, had never won anything internationally except the Olympics, right? he knew he had to win the Copa America and the World Cup. That kept him motivated. That kept him going. He played the final in 2014, failed to win it, right? Went in 2018, failed to win it. Returned in 2022, and then he got his win. And even after winning the World Cup, he's still motivated to go to USA, Canada, and Mexico and perform one more time, because according to him, Argentina is the greatest nation. And Argentina must win the World Cup multiple times.
What's the correlation with us now?
What I'm saying is that Victor Osimhen has won the Scudetto 30 years after Maradona did it with Napoli. We always mention Ademola Lookman, who's won the Europa League. Victor Boniface has also won the Bundesliga. But none of these players can stand tall and say, I have won a tournament with my national team. And the only way you can walk in the echelon of greatness is like Rashidi Yekini, Austin J.J. Okocha, Sunday Olise, even John Obi Mikel, Joseph Yopo, or even we're going back to Chelle at his age, is that when they stand tall, they mention, I have won the Africa Cup of Nations.
So what do you think?
Have you won it?
No, what do you think this crop of players will win?
They can win the Africa Cup of Nations. They played the final the last time. They can win the AFCON.
Why did they lose the final?
Actually.
Because
there was no motivation.
No motivation. No, they lost because they were up against the team that had the 12th man behind.
Olamide just said the tactical nose.
I don't agree with you. No.
Let me give my take on this. Whether he'll be sacked.
Your take is already against this.
Let me say whether he'll be sacked or not. I want to give my take. This is it. I think he shouldn't be sacked depending on how he rebrands Nigeria's football, right? Depending on, because it will be obvious if Chelle makes some obvious changes and Nigeria has a defined pattern of playing football.
Bam!
We don't have a definitive pattern.
I don't agree with you.
We don't.
I don't agree with you.
I say no. Pattern of
I don't care how you play. All I care about is the
victory.
You're going in the words of Machiavelli.
You're going the route of Siasa.
No, listen. The end justifies the means. Femi, did you or did you not win? Because we sit down here, we speak about club side football. We complain about Manchester United, and I always tell people that until Erik ten Hag was sacked, was he the second most successful manager in the Premier League at that time in England? The answer was yes, because we all know what Pep has done. Who else has won more trophies than Ten Hag in 2 years? Nobody. We come down to Portugal. Remember Portugal, Euros. They were not the best team, but they won the tournament. And who remembers that France lost that final? Nobody. We only remember who won it. A winner is the only person that we remember. 2013. Why would they go too far? 2013. Wait. Femi. 2013. Were we the best team at AFCON? No. Femi. Did we win it?
Something went right.
What went right?
The individual.
Which individual? Mba scored 2 goals. You say individual. Which one are they talking? Not maybe
there's a difference between that team and this.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
See,
what's the difference?
Maybe there's a drive.
Which drive?
There's a drive.
The similarity.
It's a combination of both home base and international.
Let me tell you the similarity. The similarity of that team was Stephen Keshi had just finished coaching Mali when he took over Nigeria. Eric Chelle had just finished coaching Mali, taking over Nigeria. Take that to the bank.
What kind of comparison are you giving?
What do you mean comparison?
Okay,
I give you facts.
Let me ask you. You asked us.
Going to soothsayer.
Yes, you asked us the question. You asked us the question.
It doesn't mean I don't have right to answer the question.
No. You do. Let me give you one strong factor. I don't just say things because I want to say them.
You consult Baba.
I don't have Baba. I don't have Baba. But I know that my instinct don't deceive me. Olamide just told you. When I say something, right, it's based on fact. Mind you, we have viewers watching us. We will not qualify for the World Cup.
Which one will you know? Which one will be this boy? Which one will be this one? I will never do this. The question you ask. So
you will ask the question. Should he be sacked? For you, should he be sacked if you don't qualify?
No.
So if he plays rubbishly,
no,
he should not be sacked.
I think that when we talk about Princewill, you were alive to see Clement myself take the job of the Super Eagles.
Yes. No. Yes.
Did he succeed the first time when he tried? Did he succeed when he tried to qualify for the first World Cup?
Rubbish.
Did he win the Nations Cup before 1994? No. But we waited. Perseverance.
Different scenario. Different scenario.
Pesero take us to the final.
No, I agree. No, but the reason why we couldn't wait for Pesero, and that one is based on contract. So, right, Pesero needed more money.
No, Femi.
And at the time,
Femi, don't petty. We know why Pesero left. Why did Pesero leave? There were internal issues Pesero didn't go down with, and they had to do with money. Don't let us go out. that route. Leave that
You know what? You know what? Let's go for another break. Because we will not agree on this
at all.
But then we return from the break. Hopefully we'll still wearing our clothes. If we're not wearing our clothes, take us like that. That's how it is. Let's head for a break right now. The show will return. We've got the last part, including all the big games this weekend, right here on Sports in 60 Minutes. Okay, so this is the final part of the show, and this is the time where we make our predictions, put our money where our mouth is. It's 2025. We already promised there will be forfeits for this year, right? We all agreed forfeits.
Yeah.
So what I will do is I will be Onile. I will watch.
Excuse me.
No exceptions. No exceptions. You have to be involved in it.
No exceptions.
No exceptions.
No, we're not equal now. We're not equal now.
How?
The animal
there's no exception.
Some animals are more equal than others.
If you're going to be exempted,
that was in that novel.
They do forfeit. Abi?
That was in that novel.
Abi? Mm-hmm. If he's going to be exempted,
this gang of you guys are gang of. Okay, are you with them or are you with me?
Why will I be with you?
Let's look at the first prediction we want to predict. Eyimba away to Zamalek.
Wiping.
For who? For Zamalek.
Zamalek will wipe Eyimba. I feel it's going to be 3-0 for Zamalek.
Very unfortunate where Eyimba has found themselves. They're just out of the Confederation Cup. That's all.
They will only try, but I don't think they are going to get a win out of Zamalek.
Oh ye!
Very difficult.
Oh ye of little faith. What? You guys don't have faith.
When Zamalek came here, what happened? When Zamalek came here, what happened?
Under which manager? Now they have what's the name?
Why are you twisting?
They have a campaigner, a serial campaigner. Serial campaigner.
Femi, why are you twisting?
Eguman's 2 games. Eguman's 2 games on the continent. How many points? 4 points.
See, let me tell you, player will always
when they play at home,
when they have a new sheriff in town. Everybody will play to the gala so that I don't want to sit down for
Have you seen Brown? Have you seen what Brown said in the dressing room of Eyimba?
If
you are tired, let the coach
Zamalek for Egypt.
If they don't beat Zamalek for that match,
you're a hype man.
If they don't beat Zamalek for that match,
you're a hype man. You want to wager this?
I just want to use some
wager now. If you put your money where your mouth is.
We don't want them to win, but it will be.
Eyimba go beat them.
Can we just
do a forfeit?
Let's start a forfeit.
Oh yeah, now. Now say
the fear.
Calm down. Who could they write this score first? I don't say Eyimba. I think Eyimba will win a slim victory.
A slim victory.
Yes.
That's good though.
I'm going 2-1 Eyimba.
You're going 2-1.
I say 3-0.
Eyimba is losing 2-0.
And this weekend
3-0. Yes.
Yeah.
What's your prediction?
A slim win. I'm looking at a draw.
You two are going for Eyimba to win.
She said I like you. She said a draw. No. Don't put words in her mouth. Don't put words in her mouth. She said a draw.
She said slim win. Everybody said slim win.
For who?
The thing about Okpe is that Okpe used to see sometimes the shade of light used to reach.
She's still here.
But because she's always around you, bad boys.
She's still here. Bad boys. She's still here. She said a draw.
Stay one place. Where you did?
You had her.
Okay.
Let me focus on my own focus.
Okay.
2-0. 3.
You said they win 2-1.
3-0.
Me 2-0.
Eyimba will win that match.
Eyimba will win that match.
Brown is there. He go score goal.
Brown is there. Will see up to 4 passes.
It's okay.
Oh yeah. Let's do the next match. Man United, Brighton.
It's a tricky game. If you look at
Man U fan, I think we should give. It's only right that she goes first.
Was not predicting.
No, you see why I say it's a tricky game. If you look at this is a reverse match.
This match now win now.
If you see what really happened in the first leg, I find you say under a different coach. The last 2 games I've watched Man U play, they're actually showing that synergy, which I think is a fine one, but it's going to be a very tricky one.
You know, people are using grammar. Man U will beat these people.
Draw.
I see a draw in this game.
Draw.
I see a draw too, because this Man U.
Open your mouth and talk now.
Brighton with it.
Man that drew Liverpool. Man that jar Arsenal from cup.
The reverse leg. What was the reverse leg? Arsenal and Man U.
There's extra motivation.
The first game Man U and
there's only one game they played in the cup this season.
No, the league.
The league and cup are 2 different competitions.
Imagine. In fact, you're a politician. You are
2 different competitions.
Don't hear what you want to talk.
Open your mouth now. Be the fear. Let's leave up. She's not ready.
Let bring up.
Okay.
Arsenal, Aston Villa.
No, that's a victory.
Arsenal will win.
That's a victory for Arsenal.
Arsenal will win, but Aston Villa in their own days, they can
It's a victory. Olamide, don't go too far. The reverse game.
Baba, now because you support us.
No, the reverse game. Arsenal went to Aston Villa and gave them 2-0. 2-0. It's still a record.
Aston Villa defensively have been wanting. That's my problem.
This season, yes.
And I think in attack, while they play good games, they're not too consistent with how they finish.
I think in Champions League, it's a different tournament.
It's a different tournament, but in this game,
pretty good in the Champions League.
Let me go through Femi's route. That's Champions League. This is EPL. Arsenal will win.
Yeah, let's go to Serie A. Juventus and their king of draws, Juventus.
Draw soup every time.
Out of 20 games in the league, only you don't draw 13.
13, draw soup.
Give them.
Draw specialist.
Although I think there'll be AC Milan in this one.
I don't think so. No. With the form AC Milan is right now.
Yeah.
New manager
AC Milan, they are motivated.
New manager.
Remember they came back against Inter in the
new manager. Yeah. That was only the second game of the new manager.
I think like you said, I want to give it to AC Milan.
AC Milan.
Yes, okay. AC Milan.
Okay, so so those are our predictions coming out right there. Okwe couldn't make hers because obviously she's not as bold, knowing that we've pushed. Maybe we should just push our forfeit to February or March. More for March. For March.
I prefer now.
No.
Femi, now from the Iba game.
I'm saying it because Stanley Guma, serial campaigner, did not start this group stage from the beginning.
Excuse.
In his 2 matches alone, 4 points.
Excuse me, sorry, please.
Go ahead.
1. I'm saying Nigerians. Excuse me, please. Sorry.
In March, when the Super Eagles.
Why should you be the Super Eagles?
That's what I want to start from.
That's okay.
So you want to start from.
You run the show.
Because there's no Chan now. That's not in February.
You run the show. Go ahead.
Okay. No, if there was Chan, would have started from Chan now. Are you afraid?
Over what? You know I'm capping. I'm capping.
When you come set with towel.
For real.
All right, we'll continue to go through all your thoughts right here on our social media platform. You can share them with us on iRavelStudios. Big thanks to Opeyemi, imoru. Don't also forget to Olamide Onwuka and Princewill Oviesan and Femi. It's been great having you for 2025, the very first episode on Sports in 60 Minutes. We hope you stay with us until the very end of this year to share all your great thoughts on the exciting world of sports. Until we catch you next time, as you go out, do great things. But above all, everyone, remember, be safe. Bye for now.